Fresno, just after 12:30. Welcome to the noon edition of Central Valley Talk and Central Valley Business. We're focusing on art this afternoon. Joining us live in our Tower District studios is Karlie, a local artist from the Madera Ranchos. We were just talking all about this. You went to the same high school as my wife did.
Yes.
And you graduated in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been an artist now?
Actually, art didn't really even start in high school. It started my first semester of college.
Oh.
I ended up having to take art 2 as a prerequisite, and it was more geared toward art history, but it got me to draw more at home, and that's kind of where it started. I just started drawing in my sketchbook, and I wouldn't even show my dad or my brother or anything, and then once they finally saw it, just peeking at it one time, they were like, you know, you're actually kind of good, right? And then like you talked about high school, it brought me back to when I was I want to say a junior, I think, is when I took my teacher, Mr. Napier's class, and he told me the story of how he went to school for something totally different than art and ended up falling in love with it, and now is an art teacher. And he was like, I could see you doing that. And I was like, nah, never. I was like, I just have to take this class, right? And 3-4 years later, here we are.
Here you are. And it's so funny because my wife went to a book signing for Jason Napier. Is that how you say it, right? Yeah, Napier. And because he's also an author, cross country. You were telling me a cross country teacher,
jack of all trades,
coach rather. So, Art Hop is tonight, and that's another reason you're here with us.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your artwork. We have some pictures as well that we're going to show next to you. So take it away.
Yeah, so like I said, my art kind of started in college, and it was just kind of sketching at first, and then it turned into really falling in love with acrylic painting and gouache. I don't know if I say that correctly to this day.
That's okay.
But yeah, I just started painting, and it was more of just for fun, and then I started following artists that I really loved on Instagram. And then I got in contact with a friend, and now a friend, but she's a curator in LA, so I actually went to LA to do my first shows. And then within the last 6 months is when I've started focusing locally, and I found that LA was great, but I found that focusing locally has helped me tremendously, making connections with other artists, making connections with just shop owners, vendor markets, all of that.
Talk a little bit about this painting.
Yeah, so this is actually my favorite piece I've ever done. I sold it a few weeks ago. It was really hard to let go.
I bet.
Yeah, I went to a few markets and got a few offers and was like, I'm not ready yet.
Right?
It's just I'm really attached to it. But I call it Moody. That's its title, and it was just a really free-flowing piece. It was the first time I kind of painted something without having too much of a plan. I just painted exactly what came to mind.
You know, isn't it so cool? Like you were saying, you were down in SoCal, but now, coming back to Fresno as you live here in the Central Valley. Fresno has an amazing art scene.
Yeah.
And it's getting better.
It's getting so much better with exposure. Yeah, it definitely helps.
So, okay, what else are you going to be showing tonight?
Tonight, I have lots of different products like these. I have these notebooks right here.
Oh, cool.
So that started off as a digital design, and then I turned it into a sticker, and I got a lot of response from the stickers, so I looked into manufacturing products to find other ways to turn it into other products. And
I love it.
Then we got that. And then I actually, that Scream sticker right there, I actually have it on my mask right here.
Oh, perfect.
I have one mask left. It'll be available tonight, so come snag that.
Mask. I know. I was thinking about this even when the pandemic started. I was like, man, when the pandemic finally ends and we can put away the mask, it's going to be so cool to see all of the masks
that you've collected
over this last
before
year.
The pandemic, masks were a fashion statement that you wore to music festivals or anything like that. So I think they're still going to be around no matter what.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I agree. So you're going to be out there tonight. It's 5 to 10 p.m., right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be at the thrift shop, Thrift Demon. It's right next to the Crest Theater. There's going to be a few other vendors there with me. Gianna, she's an artist. She does custom bags actually. Oh, nice. And then there's a guy named Tommy, and he does custom denim shorts, and you bring your jeans and he'll cut them for you. Yeah, he's actually really, really cool.
I always, at the end of my interviews with artists, I like to ask each artist, what advice would you give to somebody in your position 3 years ago that was just starting out and, maybe they do want a career? Or at least they do want to do something in art. What would you tell them?
I would say look for inspiration in other artists, find other artist friends, but comparison is the thief of joy. You cannot compare yourself to other people's work and where they're going and the opportunities they're getting, because progress, in my opinion, is not linear. You just have to keep doing exactly what makes you happy, and if you're focusing your art and driving it with a passion, then you can't fail.
Perfectly said. And we didn't even prepare that. So very good. All right, well, check Karlie out tonight, Art Hop, 5 to 10 p.m., 1904 Fresno Street.
Yep.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Good to meet you.
You too. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
I'm Austin Reed. We'll be back in the 1 o'clock hour with more Central Valley Talk.